Hello, friends. A very good evening to you all. Welcome back to my weekend webcast. I'm Dr. Ritu Ehel, and you're watching me live on my Facebook page, Ehel Dental Clinic, Jammu. Uh, Greetings. Uh, this has been quite a good week for India in terms of COVID. We have seen a number of cases declining. So, hopefully, we have tided over the crest, and now the number of cases should decline towards the end of this month. And hopefully, it has been predicted that towards the end of June, we would see that we are almost at the base of the second wave. So keep your fingers crossed and hang on there, guys. There's more good news to come. So, in the meantime, a little bit more about dentistry. Yeah. So last week we were talking about dental crowns, and I told you about the different kinds of crowns available, and we talked about the metal crowns because that is where the crowns started in the beginning. So now, in the turn of the 20th century, when people got more and more conscious of their looks, and they started looking for more aesthetic alternatives rather than having pieces of metal showing in the mouth, and especially for the front teeth. So what people started looking for more natural looking alternatives. So what they had to do is to build up on the alternatives that were already available. So the metal crowns were already available, and then they started to add something to it, so that the crowns looked more natural, and nobody could make out that there is something non-natural in the mouth. So in this regard, acrylic was the first material that was used somewhere in 1930s. I mean, it was officially made used for dental services, and thereon then it started getting incorporated as crowns. So basically, these are resin crowns, and now these resin crowns are usually used for only temporary crowns. Because it was seen that the life of these crowns is less, as because acrylic tends to absorb a lot of saliva, and then there was a lot of recurrent decay in these crowns. We also gave acrylic crowns way back in 97, 96. Thereafter, we all have stopped using acrylic fused to metal crowns, and only these are used for temporization when we giving you the permanent crowns. As I told you, so we give you a temporary crown in the meantime that the permanent crown is being fabricated in the lab. So the next alternative was porcelain. Now ceramics, the use of ceramics was flourishing in the European market. So ceramics as far as 1800 was very commonly in use, and it was closest, the whitish the whitish color of the ceramic was very appealing to dentists, and they tried to make something out of that. So as early as I think 1907, a first prototype of the porcelain crown was made, by Dr. Charles Land. So let me tell you a little bit about what a porcelain fused to metal crown was. But what Dr. Charles did was he made a full porcelain crown. Thereafter, he realized that ceramics, as you know, in pottery it's very brittle. So he needed the properties of metal inside to make it more malleable. So then, towards 1950s, it was decided that this ceramic could be fused to a metal, something like this. So now these kind of crowns are available. See, the first one that you see is the first one on the right side. This one, yeah. So there's a metal backing inside, the same metal that we used for the metallic crowns, and on top we give a porcelain covering. So when these two are burnt in a furnace, and so there's a chemical bonding between this metal and the porcelain. So that is how these porcelain fused to metal crowns are made. Now, the second type of crowns with a metal backing inside is that of the gold inside, and facing is the on top is the porcelain. So these are called porcelain fused to gold crowns, or PFGs. The first ones on the right are called PFMs. So gold, being a costly alternative, is not routinely used, but yes, it is an option. Uh, Thereafter, with more advances, this was as early as in 1950s that these crowns came into being. Now in the late 80s, 1980s, these all ceramic crowns came in. Now as you can see, all ceramic crowns, they do not have any metal structure in between, you know, like this. So it is hollow, and only it's a for different kinds of material on top. Now this is also not porcelain. Some people call it zirconia crowns. There are many different materials in that, Emax, and everything has a different metallurgy. But the advantage of these all ceramic crowns is that because there are no two layers, so we can go. These are very thinner crowns that are available. So the amount of preparation to be done on the tooth structure can be minimalized. As far as 0.5 mm, you know, so those are more conservative in nature. A lot of people have started now using instead of porcelain fused to metal crowns, a lot of people have switched over to metal-less crowns. Now in this, there's this zirconia monoblock that has really hit the markets very well. Zirconium is a white metal. It's again a kind of a non-reactive metal, so it is used, but zirconia is very, very hard. So if it is not coped up with some soft ceramics, it tends to erode your TMJ. Now TMJ is your joint which helps you in chewing. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful while using these zirconia crowns. Not all places require full zirconia crowns, and if at all zirconias are used, we need to have a soft porcelain coping on top so that these joints are not put pressure upon. So these are the main kinds of crowns, the non-metal crowns or the aesthetic crowns that I was talking about earlier. Next time I will be talking about what to do in case you have a crown, how to look after it, what are the do's and don'ts for dental crowns once they've been placed in a mouth. So stay tuned to more updates on dental crowns, and if you have any queries, do let me know. If you have any questions about your crowns, I would be glad to answer them. You can comment me on my Facebook page, or you can drop in a message on my WhatsApp number also, or else you can comment me on my YouTube channel also. In the meantime, have a safe weekend. See you all next week. Bye bye.